So Italy's government has won a confidence vote today, despite the abstention of the Five Star Movement. The vote was on measures that are aimed at countering the cost of living crisis in the country. Now, earlier on this week, Prime Minister Mario Draghi had said his government could not continue without the support of the Five Star Movement. And so today, it is unclear what will happen next, and indeed whether or not his government will collapse. So let's try and get some clarity then. Our correspondent Seema Gupta joins us now. Seema, what can you tell us?
Well, essentially, it's the way you put it. I mean, he won this confidence vote. It's 172 senators in favor, 39 against, but no one from the Five Star Movement, a party that is part of this coalition government, essentially voted for it. They boycotted this vote, and in doing so, essentially signaling the fact that they no longer support the government of Mario Draghi. Now, as you said, Mario Draghi has made it very clear. Relations between Draghi and the Five Star Movement has been strained in recent weeks, but he has made it clear government without the Five Star Movement is something that he is not willing to be part of. And he is currently right now at the presidential palace meeting with President Sergio Mattarella, and the ball is now in Mattarella's court. Will he accept or reject a potential resignation from the 74-year-old Prime Minister Mario Draghi? He could perhaps ask Draghi to stay on, perhaps go before Parliament to seek a formal vote to see how much support really the government has at the moment. We'll have to see whether he manages to convince on either front. Now, this parliamentary term expires in the spring of 2023. If he's unable to come up with some kind of solution, that means Mattarella may be forced to dissolve Parliament and call for early elections in autumn, something that almost never happens here in Italy, because autumn is when normally the government is supposed to pass the budget for the following year. So really, it's a very uncertain times right now, and we're clearly seeing the reaction of this instability in the markets. The stock market has fallen, and the Italian bond yields are sharply up. So clearly, not a positive reaction there. We'll have to see what comes out of this crucial meeting with the Italian president and the Italian prime minister.
Seema, can you explain to us why it was that the Five Star Movement chose to abstain on this vote that was designed to help people navigating the cost of living crisis?
Well, that's really some of the criticisms that lots of the other parliamentarians are making against the Five Star Movement and its leader, the former Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte. I mean, this was a cost of living bill worth some 26 billion euros, and it was supposed to help citizens as well as businesses deal with the high energy costs. But essentially, the Five Star Movement said that this wasn't enough. They wanted to see more to be done to tackle some of the social problems facing Italy. And in particular, one of the provisions of the bill actually called on the city of Rome in particular to build a trash or garbage incinerator on the outskirts of the city. Now, this is something that the Five Star Movement was very much strongly against. And so could it have been that provision? Could it have been the overall idea that it was not enough to help Italians struggling to deal with cost of living issues, inflation, as well as the energy crisis? Well, at the moment, it really has created a government crisis as far as the future of Mario Draghi and his coalition government.
Seema Gupta, thanks very much.